Wagwan YouTube family, it's the Eric Evolving channel. This is Eric. How are you guys doing today? So, wanted to bring you guys a quick video on this whole journey of relocating to Tampa, Florida. Prior to earlier this year, I have never ever been to Tampa before. Never. And just based on my research, that's how I decided that I wanted to move to Florida, or move to Tampa, Florida. So wanted to give you some ideas of how I did my research, and maybe this will be helpful to you regardless of where you're looking to relocate, whether it's Tampa or anywhere else in the world, really. So stay tuned. So since my last video, I've been getting a lot of congratulations, a lot of comments on the videos, and thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. But I've also got some questions directly to me that was asking, how did I end up choosing a specific area in Tampa? Yeah, or how did I even choose Tampa? So I did do a video before on why Tampa, so check that out. So why I chose Tampa. So I was looking for a major city, somewhere that had like an airport that had, you know, an international airport. Beaches were close by, great weather, no hurricanes, and really good home prices. An affordable home was really high on my list because I'm looking to purchase a house in the near future, like in the next year or 2 years. It's part of my plan, right? So in looking at all these things, did my research, I like the Tampa area. And as I said, if you want kind of more details on it, that why Tampa video is there. So after deciding that Tampa would be an ideal area, and again, never ever been to Tampa. The closest I came to going to Tampa was Lakeland, and I was in Lakeland for like 3 or 4 days. Did not like it at all. No offense to anyone in Lakeland, but just based on my research, I said, you know what, I like Tampa, and I liked it enough to where I decided to actually go down and visit there just to check out the area, to check out the area in person. But how I did my research online. So first thing that I did was I did a search on YouTube for the best places to live in Tampa, or the neighborhoods of Tampa. You could search it a couple different ways, and I found a few videos, a few really good videos, and they really kind of broke down the area a lot. So I watched a bunch of videos just on the Tampa area and the Tampa suburbs. Gained a lot of information from that. So I basically did a Google search on the same thing. And when I did the Google search, I found two sites, Niche and City Data. Both of those sites have like a ton of information on any area that you're looking to relocate to. I know in the US, I don't know worldwide, but anywhere in the US that you're looking to relocate to, Niche and City Data has the information. And on City Data, if you go into the forum section, you'll have people that's asking all types of questions about the area, and people who actually live in the area are kind of giving their feedback. So it's a good way to kind of gauge what an area is like. Another thing I did while doing my research, and this is something that is personal, but based on your ethnicity or your background, you may want to do something similar. So what I did was I did a search for Jamaican restaurants or bars, clubs in Tampa, and kind of saw the list. Because if you don't know, I am Jamaican, hence the Wagwan for the intro. So I did a search, found quite a few places, quite a few restaurants and stuff. So I was like, all right, good. Yeah, at least, you know what I mean? Like, I know my people is around. It's something that I'll be familiar with. If I ever need some good, authentic Jamaican food, I have some options. I have some places to go. So that was important to me. So I did that search, and that kind of also helped me narrow down a couple areas that I thought I would kind of gravitate to a little bit more. So after doing all that research, I started narrowing my search a little bit, digging deeper into certain areas. And it was just really based on my research. And as I said, I picked out 6 areas that I thought would be ideal, right? And I think it's important for you to kind of narrow your search, because if not, it could be a little bit overwhelming looking at like all the areas and, you know, going crazy. And another thing is, I don't have family in the area. As I said, I've never been to the area. I don't have family in the area. I know no one in the area that could give me any background on anything. So all this is all done online. So I narrowed down my area to 6 areas: Riverview, Brandon, Valrico, West Chase, Citrus Park, Town and Country. Those were the 6 areas that, based on the research, looked pretty much ideal. I really liked Riverview because of the amount of neighborhoods that are there. The home prices are great. A lot of new construction going on in the area. It's also ideally located where it's close to Tampa. West Chase and Citrus Park, they have a great school district. When looking at a website called Great Schools, a lot of the schools in that area were a 7 and up at all levels. Pre-K, not pre-K, but elementary to middle school to high school. All of their schools were 7 and up, which was great. I thought that was a good sign. So kept them on my list. The home prices there, there's not much new construction going on there, and it seems like there's not that many neighborhoods there, kind of like Riverview, where like Riverview is so much bigger. So that's how I came down to kind of these areas. One of the areas that I eliminated was Town and Country. I eliminated them early in the process. Found a few news stories online, and kind of after doing kind of some Google searches, decided that Town and Country was probably not what I'm looking for, you know. So then I was down to 5. So the 5 areas: Riverview, Brandon, Valrico, West Chase, and Citrus Park. I started searching for apartments in those areas. So I searched on Zillow, Trulia, and Apartments.com. I searched all 3 of them because a lot of times there's like some apartment complexes are not listed on, let's say, Zillow, but they're on Apartments.com, and vice versa. So I searched all 3. Whenever I did find something that I thought was ideal for me, in terms of the amenities that they offer, in terms of the price, I did some further searching on that particular complex. Again, Google searches and YouTube searches. So hopefully you're seeing a pattern here. I'm searching, I started searching the general area, YouTube, Google. Then once I start selecting a particular community, YouTube, Google, that particular community. Then I started searching for apartments. Once I found an apartment that I like, YouTube, Google. And again, I'm getting all that information, processing all the information, and eliminating places as I go along. In doing those searches, I read a lot of reviews from, let's say, tenants, or prior tenants, or people who just visited the place. I read a lot of reviews, read reviews on the sites themselves, and also read the Google reviews. Very important. I also did Google Street View. Street View is amazing, man. It's awesome. So once I would put in the address into Google, and then pull it up on the maps and go into the Street View, and then I would just click and go around essentially the entire community around that particular apartment complex, just to see what was close by, and kind of like get a feel for the area, kind of see, is it kind of like a rundown area that looks kind of sketchy or whatever? Or is it more like a country area where there's just like open fields everywhere? So you get what I'm trying to say. I did that just to kind of get a better feel for the area. After doing all that online research, I decided to visit in person. And again, this would be my first time ever going to Tampa. So I go down to Tampa and I started visiting all these areas, looking. I looked at homes for sale, and I also looked at apartments. And visiting in person really kind of brings everything to life, and everything, all the research that you did, everything that you did online, you kind of start seeing it in person, which was great. Based on after visiting, I decided that I would eliminate Valrico. Valrico was a little bit further. What's that? East? It was a little bit too far east for me, and it also didn't seem as diverse. So I decided to eliminate Valrico. So now I was down to West Chase, Citrus Park, Riverview, and Brandon. So again, we start digging a little bit deeper. So Hurricane Irma hit the area just a little bit when that passed through. And so what I did was I did Hurricane Irma, West Chase, Hurricane Irma, Citrus Park, so on. Citrus Park had some flooding issues. And I don't know the specific area. I don't want to get, I don't know where exactly was flooded and where exactly I would live if I decided to move to Citrus Park. But there was some really bad flooding. So I eliminated Citrus Park from my list. But again, don't go off of what I did. Do your own research. But I personally eliminated Citrus Park from my list because of the flooding. I'm not a good swimmer. So now we're down to West Chase, Riverview, and Brandon. West Chase is really mainly for the school district, which is great. Riverview is for the home prices and just overall location. Brandon is also, just convenience to all the shops and all the shopping that's there. And it's also conveniently located to Tampa and everywhere else too, because it's just north of Riverview. So those are the three that I'm down to right now. Which should I choose? You guys tell me, which should I choose? So my plan is that I'm gonna actually visit again at the end of May, end of this month. I'm gonna visit there for a week, and I'm gonna go look at a couple more apartment complexes. I want to probably keep the number to right around 10 again. Look at a couple of these places, do some more research, Google search, reviews, all this other stuff, dig deeper into these places, and make a decision on one. So I plan to kind of bring you guys a video again, kind of showing you the 10 places that I chose, why I chose them, and kind of go into a little bit more detail so that you guys get like the full experience, because I'm hoping to kind of just make this be like a full experience of you seeing someone trying to relocate and kind of see if it makes sense for you, and if you're doing relocation, it may be helpful. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Like, comment, subscribe. And please, if you have any advice for me, any advice at all, if you think what I'm doing is wrong or too crazy or whatever, leave it in the comments, man. I love reading the comments, and I try to respond to everyone. So thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.